Hello, my lovely fans. It is another beautiful day to welcome you to Menalights TV. Now, our topic that we are treating is angles. And here we have a question to find the value of x and y in this diagram that we have here. So, for us to solve x, whenever you draw a line like this and another one cross, the angle that we have here and this angle, they are vertically opposite angles. They are vertically opposite. So the angle here is vertically opposite to this. That means they are the same. Now when you look at this diagram, the x is here. And then this side, they divide into two. And one side is 47 degrees. And the other one is 102 degrees. One side is 47 degrees. And the other one is what? 102 degrees. So 47 degrees and the 102 degrees here is vertically opposite to what? To x. So for us to find x, we can say that x is equal to so the x is equal to 47 degrees plus 102 degrees because they are what? Vertically opposite to each other. So here the x will be equal to 149 degrees. So we have found the value of x. Now we are going to find the value of y. So the y is here, but before we find the value of y, I want us to look at a certain diagram. So when you look at this diagram, the angle A and the angle C, they are corresponding angles. So corresponding angles are the same. So the same way B and D, they also what? Corresponding. Now let's go back to our diagram. Now when you come back to the diagram here, it means that the angle Y here is the same as the angle Y that we have here, the angle that we have here. So that means this place is also what? Y degrees. So this y and this one, they are corresponding angles. And the corresponding angles are what? Are the same. So when you look at the y and the x here, they are adjacent angles. So some of the adjacent angles, when you add them, you get what? 180 degrees. Or we can say that angles on a straight line will give you what? 180. So the x and the y, they are angles on a straight line. Or we can say they are what? Adjacent angles. So when you add them, you get what? 180. So that means y plus x is equal to 180 degrees. So from the question, we have the value of what? X. The x is 149. So we can say that y plus 149 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. So when you look at this, the value of the x here is what? 149. So we put the 149 there. So now for us to get the value of y, we need to subtract 149 from 180 degrees. So when you look at this, y is equal to 180 degrees minus 149 degrees. So y is equal to 31 degrees. So when you add 31 to 149, you surely get what? 180 degrees. So from the question, the value of x is 149 and the value of y is equal to 31 degrees. So let's continue by finding the values of angles in the diagram above or the diagram that we have on the board. Now when you look at the first one, angle ABC, the angle ABC, this is what I've drawn here. So this side is 7x minus 25. Now when you look at this triangle, we have two markings on it, the same markings, which means that the angle that we have here is the same as this angle. So these two base angles are what? The same. So whenever you have two markings on the triangle, that means the base angles are what? The same. So we can say that this is y, this is what? X. So what you have to know is that the sum of angles in a triangle will give you what? 180 degrees. So if x plus y plus 50 degrees will give you 180 degrees. Here, when you look at this, the x and y, they are the same. So it means that if this is 50, then the rest will be what? 130 degrees. So the two angles here, when you add them, get what? 130. So when you divide 130 into 2, hopefully you get what? 65 degrees each. So So which means that the angle here is 65 degrees, and this also what? 65 degrees. So now that we know the angle that we have here, so the base angles, so from here you can say that this is 65 degrees, and this is also 65 degrees. So we can say that the angle ABC, the angle on the B here is what? 65 degrees. The same way, angle ACB is also what? 65 degrees. Now that we have this side at 65 degrees, then we need to find the value of what? 7x minus what? 25. So there's 65 degrees and then 7x minus 25. They are adjacent angles, and when you add them, surely you get what? 180 degrees. So we can say that so this implies that we have 65 degrees plus 7x minus 25 is equal to 180 degrees. So from there we can say that 7x plus 40, where do we get the 40 from? 25 from 65, you get 40. So 7x plus 40 is equal to 180. So this implies that 7x is equal to 180 degrees minus 40 degrees. So when you take 40 from 180, then you'll be left with what? 140 degrees. So you have 7x is equal to what? 140 degrees. So from there you can have, you divide both sides by 7. So our x is equal to 20 degrees. So the x is what? 20 degrees. So now that we have the value of x to be equal to 20 degrees, we are asked to find the value of the angle that is what? On A. So DAC. So we know that the 30 degrees plus 7x minus 25 degrees plus the angle on A, when you add all of them, you get what? 180 degrees. So then the angle DAC plus 30 degrees plus 7x minus 25 is equal to 180. So here we are going to group like terms together or substitute the values in. So we have the value of x as 20. So we are going to put 20 in place of what? The x. So DAC plus 30 plus 7x. So in place of x, we put 20 there. 7 times 20 minus 25 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. So DAC plus 30 plus 40 will give us what? 170 degrees. So 170 degrees minus 25 degrees, then we are left with what? 145 degrees. So from here you can say that DAC is equal to 180 degrees minus 145 degrees. So DAC is equal to 180 degrees minus 145 degrees. So that means the angle at A here, DAC, is equal to 35 degrees. So now that we know the value of x and the value of the angle DAC, then we are going to find the angle of what? BAD. So for us to find BAD, already we know that the angle BAC is 50 degrees. The angle at C here is 50 degrees. Then we are left with for the angle CAD or DAC, so that when we add the two, we are going to get what? BAD. So the angle BAD is the same as BAC, angle BAC plus angle DAC. So when you look at this, the angle BAC is 50 degrees plus the angle DAC. So we solve the DAC to get what? 35 degrees. So that one is what? 35 degrees. So when we add the two, we are going to get what? 85 degrees. So that means the angle at BAD is the same as what? 85 degrees. So all too soon, we have come to the end of today's lesson. So I want to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for your support all these years. I'm so grateful, and the Menalights TV team is also grateful to you for your support, for always being there for us, watching our videos. We are so grateful to you. May God bless each and every one of you. Bye.